Do you want to live a beautiful life that reflects the truth of who you are? Be bold and courageous as you step into your heartfelt desires. How does trusting yourself fully and connecting with your soul's purpose sound? The Unplanned Mom Podcast is a potent mix of real-life stories, practical spiritual teachings, and a community to help guide you for eternity. This is the place for inspiration with down-to-earth tools to help you pivot and continue to live your best life beyond your wildest dreams. Here we honor your deepest, authentic truth, embrace motherhood, talk all things money, mindset, and most importantly, miracles. So are you ready to say yes to all of this? If so, then let's dive in. I'm your host, Ashley Simmons, financial coach, mentor, and unplanned mom to 3 amazing girls. I have been praying for you, and I can't wait to dive in, so let's go. Hey, welcome back, guys. It's Ashley here from the Unplanned Mom School. My goodness, if you have been following along for a while, you know that I have been going through my own bit of a transformation, just in the sense of, my own unplanned situation, which is currently a divorce. So it's got me thinking on this topic of grief because, we understand probably to some degree what exactly it is. Have experienced it, as we've been growing up and through our adulthood. Maybe it's losing a pet. Maybe it's losing a loved one. Perhaps it is, not getting something that you thought that you wanted, or the surprise news of an unplanned pregnancy. I can tell you from these last few months that I've taken off from the Unplanned Mom School, it's been really cleansing and healing for my soul. Just to, sit with the feelings that I have and honor them for the first time ever, 38 years here on earth. And I feel like I'm to a place where I just don't want to keep pushing on and pretending and acting like everything is just fine. And to surround myself and allow myself to feel my feelings it's been really remarkable. And so what I want to do in this episode is just share, reflect back just on my own grief process, but to educate you as well, what that looks like, what it can feel like, and it's not as scary as one might think. This topic really, it struck me. It's been probably percolating in the back of my brain for several months now. Whenever I was on a radio show back in the fall and I had made the comment, just as I was talking about the Unplanned Mom School and the work that I do and helping in particular women when they're going through an unplanned pregnancy, and talked about the grief that we can experience. And as I said this, the men that were there as I'm on the radio show, they had never heard that before. And it got me thinking, I think us as women, we know that we definitely process our feelings differently. We are, emotional beings and creatures. And I think a lot of times this is something that gets overlooked when we are facing, in particular, an unplanned pregnancy or something else that could be very catastrophic to our lives. We are releasing and we are forced into letting go of something. And a lot of times that's a dream, that is an expectation and thoughts that we've had for ourselves and for our lives, and everything is uprooted. So, I want to share this. This is just one message that I recently received and through Instagram and my DM. I love all of these messages. So, the DM is always open, welcome. I love to hear from you guys. Also email, you can go to hello@unplannedmomschool.com and shoot me an email. But, somebody sent me a message and she said, I ran across your page tonight as I just found out I'm expecting my first baby, unplanned. These words were hard enough to type out. I just received my master's degree last week, and this is not at all how I expected things to begin. I'm grateful for your words and your presence on social media. Thank you, with a big heart. this message just came to me and it just struck me. I mean, I've gotten several messages. I think it was just the timing too, because I have been, giving myself a break and really diving into my own inner work and putting myself out there in community and just finding support that I need, which is so hard. It's so hard. But it has been the most rewarding and fulfilling experience and the most amazing way to truly honor what I'm feeling. Because what I'm feeling is, I've been grieving hardcore. And so I can relate, and it brings me back so much to my own feelings of finding out that I was pregnant whenever I was 21 and in college. Here I am 38, but I mean, these feelings, the way that we understand and process our emotions is something that's never going to change. We're always going to be doing this. And I think the goal for us as human beings is to always be evolving and learning and growing and expanding on our experiences. And so thinking of this woman and, and myself being in those shoes, being the first person in my family to go to school and to go and to go to get my degree. So in my immediate family, I'm the first person to have a college degree. So when I found out that I was pregnant, it rocked my world. I had all of these hopes and dreams and ways that I thought my life was going to turn out. And it's turned out better. And it's, my past is such an integral part of me and has shaped me and molded me. But I will tell you, at that time, I was experiencing grief, but I didn't allow myself to experience grief. So what I would tell somebody now, if they're going through something, if they're in school, if they are wherever you're at, it doesn't matter how old you are. I mean, probably people, that are listening, they're going to be in that 20 to 50-ish range is my guess. But honor your feelings. Don't be afraid of them, because I was always afraid of them. I always went through life thinking of how I should behave, how I should react, and just plowed through. I just, I found out that I was pregnant and I was just determined as all heck to finish school, which is a great and amazing trait that I had. I'm happy for that. And I think that, when things happen to us, we can definitely turn it for good, and it can really light a fuel and a passion for us to keep us on the right track. But we also have to realize that it's important for us to say maybe we're sad or we're super angry. Okay, so I'm looking at the 6 stages or 5 general stages of grief. I've got this healgrief.org website pulled up. And, I had a friend tell me, and I want to tell you this as well. So no matter where you're at or what type of grief you're experiencing, your grief is not just a straight line. It's not a circle. It's not going to happen in these nice little increments of time. And then when you get to the end, it's going to be done. It's literally like a ping pong ball that's just, you've hit it and it's bouncing off the floor. It's hit the table. It's hit the wall. It's hit, a toy in the corner. It's bouncing. It's going all over. So we're going to go from the denial, the anger, the bargaining, depression to acceptance. And denial, I am the queen of denial and have been the queen of denial for many years of my life. And as I move on and I heal my codependency issues, denial for me is my slippery slope. And, denial is really, you're telling yourself that this can't be happening. So depending on what type of situation you're going through right now, it's easy for us to have our brains tell us, well, this can't be happening. And so when we do that, we aren't allowing our bodies to reveal what they really are feeling, what they really need. in order to cope with whatever it is that's going on in our lives. And so, of course, there's different traumas and different things that we all will experience as human beings. And denial can be it's a very critical tool. Sometimes, that's what we can use and that's what we depend on to survive through really difficult and trying times. So if you're in that stage of denial, and right now you're listening to this and you're like thinking, crap, is this my problem? But you don't really want to acknowledge it. That's the one area that you need to really examine and start shaking out and looking at and come to a place of really trying to just accept. And you don't have to accept it today, but you just have to at least acknowledge and honor your body and saying that this is really happening. As much as you don't like it or you don't want to face it, you have to acknowledge that it is happening. The second part of grief is anger. Why did this happen? Who can I blame? For me, I've shared this with many of my close friends, but anger was something that I subsided. I kept it really under control. I was afraid of it. I didn't quite understand it. I thought, people are nuts if they have anger issues. Like, you just gotta suck it up and move on. And let me tell you, that's the wrong way to go about it, because me accepting my own anger for my present unplanned situation, such as my divorce, the anger has been so healing in its own way, and how I process it and honor it. I think the biggest thing for me to just tell you is to honor that anger in a safe way, of course. For me, it's been therapeutic. I will yell, I will cry, I will scream if I'm home alone. I burn a lot of things at my little fire pit outside, but I've even taken things and I have broken them, and that I don't no longer need. So I have honored that feeling of anger for the first time ever. And to me, it's been beautiful. I'm like, I love this. I have a punching bag now that hangs in my basement. And one of my favorite types of exercise is boxing. And girl, you can let out a lot of anger on a punching bag. So honoring the anger, letting that emotion come out again in a very safe space, in a safe way, can be extremely healing. I cannot tell you the power that goes into releasing that anger. So no matter what it is that you need to do, screaming into a pillow, punching your bed, whatever it is, let it out. Because when you hold it in, it will just build up. It builds up in our bodies, and it doesn't do us any good. Next step is bargaining. Make this not happen. We just want to bargain. We don't want this to happen. We try to bargain with God. I know that I've done this. God, please, I'll do. If I do this, please don't let this happen. Or if you're in a relationship, you think that you can bargain with somebody, and we don't want it to happen, and we're trying everything to protect ourselves from really what is the reality of the situation. Next can be depression. You're too sad to do anything. You can't bear this. And depression it's hard. And, luckily for me, because I have experienced postpartum depression a couple different times through my pregnancies, and especially after my first miscarriage, I was very, very depressed after that experience. I know myself now well enough to catch whenever I'm starting to maybe slip. I have my own processes to make sure that I don't get to a dark place where I feel so alone and isolated. And for me, it's using a support group. It's being very active in my church. I'm very plugged in with groups at my church and my friends and family. I have different pockets of people that I can turn to and that I trust, and, can work through life together. We're not meant to go through life alone. And I think this day and age, as many of us are working remotely, we are in our, we're working, doing our own thing, you're raising kids, you've got a family, it can feel like you're a burden, or, it looks like everybody has all these friends online. And I think a lot of times there's not a genuine connection. And so pushing yourself to get out there and to make genuine, in real life connections can save you, literally can save you. And, for some, it could be saving your life if you get to a place where you're suicidal and you feel so alone, and making decisions from a place where you aren't able to talk it out with somebody that you can trust is never, I don't think it's a good place to be in. So whenever I am working with clients, we are looking at ways to get involved in your own community, and, working to find a system and a balance for you so that you are not alone, no matter what you're going through, and starting to get plugged into whatever's in your own community, and finding ways to just get yourself out there, get out of the house, talk to people, be vulnerable when the time is right, and open up to people that can truly help you and understand you in ways that you're not going to find solely online. And then lastly, it's acceptance. You're just acknowledging that this has happened, and quite frankly, you cannot change it. Wow, what a really scary thing to acknowledge, and come to a place where you can understand that is acceptance. And, kind of going back full circle, just, I want to share and be transparent in my own journey. I will tell you that I am coming to a place of acceptance. I've really been grappling with a lot of my own things in my own past life. And I've, like many of you, I've gone through tons of different unplanned situations. And so building this program and working on my coaching skills and being able to listen to women, validate women, ask questions, and help push them into, I'm not necessarily pushing them. I'm kind of more or less like a guide, just guiding them on a plate. Like it's their own trajectory in life, but it's knowing that you're not going to get there alone. And so it's investing in things that are going to help you and propel you. I've made the leap. It's been probably going on almost 2-ish years that I really started to make my own investments in myself. And again, had I not done that, I wouldn't be in a place where I'm at today to confidently say, I know I'm going to be okay. And so I share this with you, and it brings a great smile to my face, because I know that you are going to be okay. No matter what situation is thrown at you right now, no matter what battle you are fighting, you are going to be okay. And I think just hearing that from somebody, whether or not you know them, but you are listening to somebody and you can relate to them, hearing from others and knowing that they've been through different things, or you're hearing the reassurance that you are going to be okay, can make all of the difference. So I'm going to wrap this up just by saying, you aren't alone. I just applaud you for being here. I love what this community is doing. I cannot wait to share more in the coming weeks, what we're going to be doing here at the Unplanned Mom School. And, I've got a select few openings for one-on-one coaching. So if you're interested in that and looking to just elevate, just tip your toes in and really figure out what it is exactly that you're looking for and what you want, I would love to be able to chat with you and see if I can help you. So always feel free to email me at Ashley, ASHLEY, at unplannedmomschool.com, or fill out the form on the website, or DM me. Whatever way is best or easiest for you. Those messages go directly to me at this time, especially to my inbox. At times, I do have some assistance in my social media DMs. But again, it's confidential. Everything is shared directly with me. So in closing, so I am based out of St. Louis, Missouri, and I will be at the Pro-Life Women's Conference. It's going to be held in St. Charles, Missouri, which is just a suburb right outside of St. Louis. So June 23rd through 25th. It is a 3-day conference for women with a mission to educate, affirm, empower, and activate women to build a culture of life in their community and beyond. Go to their website. It's prolifewomen.com. Tickets are still on sale. There are room blocks for anybody that would be traveling out of state, but I will be there. I would absolutely love to see you if you will be there. Be sure to come and check me out. I will have a booth and would love to see you and meet you real quickly. So, I'm looking at the website just to make sure I'm kind of sharing the high info, but prolifewomen.com, go on there and check it out. Speakers, of course, Abby Johnson will be there. There's going to be lots of other amazing people that will be sharing, the other sponsors that are there. It's just everything to, talk about things that us women are dealing with. Here's one speaker, Angela Mentler, 5 ways to turn pain into purpose and help others thrive. It's a Black woman's perspective from a pro-abundant life. So it's going to have lots of great and amazing things. Networking, women, just all the things. So if this interests you, feel free to message me if you'd like, or again, go and check out the conference details at prolifewomen.com. But again, it's great to be back. It's great to be here. 2023 we're almost to the halfway mark. So I am curious, what are you working on? What are you wanting to change? What are you hoping to say that you've accomplished between now and the end of the year? And if you are needing help at all in those areas, again, just message me. Love to see if we could be a good fit for some coaching. And if not, please continue to listen, leave a review. We just thank you and I appreciate you, and I will be catching you soon. Thanks. All right, my sweet mamas, if you are tuning in and have a friend's name that just keeps popping up in your mind right now, then go ahead, grab the link, copy and paste it, and shoot them a quick text and just tell them that you were thinking of them. After all, we're all here to help each other, and if this episode resonated with you, there's a pretty good chance that something in it will resonate with them as well. This show is for you, so do me a solid, go ahead, share it so you can share it with that one person that comes to your mind, and we can spread the love to our sisters. And if you really, really loved it, it would mean the world to me if you would leave a review. All right, my sweet friends, thanks so much for tuning in. I will catch you next week. If you need any more inspiration between now and then, come on over and check us out on TikTok. See you soon.